Hello folks, welcome back to the channel. My name is Joel Duggan and this is the LEGO Let's Chat, something we do every Friday. And this is such a big set that it does not fit on screen. This is the Motorized Lighthouse, which was originally a LEGO Ideas set, number 43. The set number is 21335. 2,065 pieces, and this was a gift from Cosmic Dancer. So thank you ever so much, Cosmic. I know I said that already on my birthday, but much appreciated. Birthday was back in April for people that might be new. We're going to flip this over and take a look at the back. Comes very close to the camera. So it has a moving light that lights up. Got the roof comes off. The keeper's house. Lots of details inside the keeper's house. She's 21.5 inches tall and 10 by 10 inches at the base. So I don't think it'll fit in my space above here. I might have to like figure out a way to have a different shot of this when all's said and done. And we're gonna open it up from this end, I think. Ooh, do I want to open up from the top or the bottom? They're not glued, they're just taped. Let's open it up from the bottom. That way when I put it on the shelf, it'll sit flat. There are just a few bags. So this is around the same size as the Ecta 1. Ecta 1 has 2,300 pieces. What did I say? This had 2,000. So there's some more in Ecta 1, but not by a whole lot. Once you get up over 2,000, it's not going to matter much, I don't think. Oh, there is some beefy instruction manual. That feels very heavy. Ollie Dimbo, doing fine, thank you. Welcome in. If anybody's new, this is a weekly stream where we build Lego and we take our time, we hang out, we chat. There's bag number 1. And I've got this and one more set. I've got the X-Wing, the X-Wing UCS edition as well. Oh, small box. That's probably the motor or the battery, maybe. There will be some sorting, and I'll be able to do that better once I get. Oh, there's the motor. That's actually a lot smaller than I thought it was going to be. I'm remembering motors from when I was a kid. Lego motors were like 4 times that size when I was a kid. So that's really cool. I'd like to eventually get a Lego train, but I don't have anywhere to put it in my apartment. The burr pieces. Big ugly rock pieces. Alright. I think there might be one more. Nope, that's everything. All right, that's bag number 1. Let's just see how many there are. I guess rather than counting, we can just look for the highest number. I see 13, 2, and of course they all have a couple of bags. There's 3. Let's move this out of the way. And some of them don't have a number on them at all. So there's 2 of every bag except for number 2. Sorry, this is probably like crazy loud. That's a 9. 5. 6. 7. Also 6. Yep, 13 altogether it looks like, plus the rock bag. I'm not sure if it all fits. Sort of. Plus whatever's in here. Oh, this is the power pack for the motor. So that is more what I was thinking in terms of how big I thought it might be. Huh. I've never used one of these before, so this will be an experience. Let's say that says 1.5 volts. I might have to have a screwdriver to take this apart. Okay, there's that. You know what? I'm probably gonna put that in here for now. I'm sure we will know when the time comes for it. That up there. Battery's not included. No, probably not. All right, let's start with bag 1, maybe bag 1 and 2. I'll move everything else out of the way. Even in bags, I find it really off-putting to put Lego on the floor. I've got laminate floors, and when pieces hit the floor, they go everywhere. And so even though they're in plastic bags, I still feel like they're gonna scatter, you know? Weird. Your brain just gets conditioned. Like, oh no, I've dropped something on the floor. Right, so we've got those, and then we've got whatever this is. Oh, it's the plate. That was obvious. Of course, that makes sense. It's a really cool color. Deep ocean blue. And this one. I always check these. I've made the mistake of leaving things in there before. So we have a little metal strip that could be for, it's either a sticker or it could be for the motor. Some stickers for things that looks like pictures inside. This is nice and flat. Didn't get jumbled up in the... Oh, there's 2 books? Oh, I guess there's that many instructions that you actually need. Oh, wow. Huh. That's awesome. So there's 2 instruction booklets. That's the first time I've had a Lego set that has 2 instruction booklets. I guess it makes sense because a lot of the vertical stuff, you'd want to have a different format for when you do the vertical building. That makes sense. They thought of a few things there at Lego. All right, these aside. Looks like we need this. I'll sneak a peek just to see what we're gonna need on the table here. Yeah, it looks like we're gonna need the plate. Okay. A beacon of safety. For as long as humans have traveled the 7 seas, safe navigation has been vital to explorers and travelers, fishermen and merchants, navvies and blue water sailors. Stone arrangements, bonfires, cressets, or braziers, were used as coastal landmarks to help seafarers steer clear of perils day and night. The earliest known stone lighthouse that resembled the structure we now know today, the Lighthouse of Alexandria, was built in Egypt over 2,000 years ago. Until the early 1900s, lighthouse keepers would live in accommodations on the property and be available around the clock to keep candles, coal, sperm whale oil, kerosene, paraffin, or gas flames burning. Each lighthouse is unique, with a signature color or feature to make them easily recognizable in daylight, too, as landmarks in the geographical sense, and in the technological advances, these beacons continue to keep sailors safe. Additional safety equipment like foghorns and electronic automatic identification systems, AIS, are now standard in most lighthouses, and most are fully automated and maintained by official agencies. With more than 23,500 lighthouses covering 372,000 miles, the coastline around the world, they represent part of our collective history, adventure, and promise of safe havens in a stormy sea. That's really cool. I should have looked up how many lighthouses are in Nova Scotia before I started the stream, because there's a lot. We have a lot here. I don't think I'm going to read this whole thing. This is quite extensive. Maybe we'll do one bit at a time each week. We have a couple of different lighthouses here, though. Pigeon Point Lighthouse, built in 1872, one of the tallest lighthouses in America. Souter Lighthouse, 1871, the world's first lighthouse built to use electricity. Does it say where it is? This one was in America, but where is this one? Ile Vierge in France, 1902, world's tallest traditional stone lighthouse, 271 feet. Holy smokes. I feel like I've seen that in a film before. Tower of Hercules in Spain, late 1st century AD, the oldest known extant lighthouse. Wow. It's funny because it doesn't look that old. Eddystone Lighthouse in England, 1698 to 1881, world's first open ocean lighthouse. Wonder what that means. And the Lighthouse of Alexandria in Egypt, 280 to 247 BC, and the oldest known lighthouse. Cool. I think, yeah, I think maybe what we'll do this time around is next week, don't let me forget to read the next page in the lighthouse history. It's cool stuff. There are roughly 170 lighthouses in Nova Scotia, according to Google. No kidding. Is that a lot for our size? It feels like that's a lot. All right. Let's get into it. I think I can probably just put this aside for now. That create a shadow? Sort of. There's another little bag in there. Thought I had them all. I have seen the new Rivendell set, Ollie. It looks amazing. It is extraordinarily expensive. It's one of those sets where I think that's really cool, but that's too much money. There's a couple of Star Wars sets like that too. Yeah, it's also massive. Like I wouldn't have any place to put it. It'd be one of those sad situations where I'd have to build it and then I'd have to tear it down to store it. Bag one, here we go. Funny, I'm not sure you can see it on camera, but there's indents in my vinyl top on my table. They're tire marks. They're just the marks where Ecto 1 was sitting here for the week. And it was heavy enough that it left little indents. I don't know if 170 lighthouses is a lot. It feels like a lot from my perspective. I live in a small town. Your mileage may vary. Well, quickly then, Cosmic. How many lighthouses are there around England? Or I guess the UK. Because England doesn't have coast on all the sides, whereas the UK would have almost. Or no, yeah, the UK would be totally. Surely Google will tell you more than 170. If not, then I win. 251 to 300. Yeah, see, that makes sense. Nova Scotia is not as big as the UK. And the UK has been around a lot longer in terms of being settled by, we'll say, modern standards. It's a little cat. Don't know whose head goes with who just yet. I'm assuming the blue goes together. So what I'm hearing is don't purchase the Rivendell set. Noted. Cosmic? No. I say that with gratitude and awe that you would even consider that. But I appreciate the thought. I think my biggest thing is because I am looking to move, is that I also want to wait until I'm in a more permanent space before I buy or start collecting large Lego sets. Because I'd like to be able to display them, you know, I'd like to be able to put them out somewhere. That makes sense. And some really tiny pieces. Stuff I've never seen before either. I'm gonna go ahead and guess that some of this clear stuff is gonna be used for like water waves, like lapping at the shore, that kind of a thing. I'm not sure if you guys can see that. See if I can get it closer to camera. Sometimes the autofocus is good, sometimes not so good. Let me know if that worked. I can't see on the little monitor that I have above my desk. It's just the LCD on the back of the camera. Actually a chain. How cool is that? It's funny, ever since I started doing Lego streams, I started to get really self-conscious about if my hands were dirty when I was on stream. And so far, at least 3 times today, I've been just like, God, there's a bunch of... I feel like the back of my hand is dirty. It's not. I bruised myself. And I don't bruise easily, but I really cracked my hand on a door the other day. But it looks like dirt. I'm not sure if it even shows up on camera, but it's funny how your brain starts to be just like, man, my hand is dirty. I'm on camera. You feel like screaming, I wash my hands on us. "350 lighthouses in Australia, including one inland lighthouse. Not all are active in their original sites or in one piece, however." Cal, that's crazy when you think about Australia being an island, you know, and you've got a huge area and you've got about twice as many lighthouses as Nova Scotia and the same as the UK. That's really cool. I guess I'll stick that in there, maybe. If it puts you at rest, I don't think anybody is here for your hands. It's not hands, let's chat. Look. I don't want it to be one of those weird Twitch streams where people are here because of my hands. Next thing you know, someone will be asking if they can see my feet. There will never be a Lego hot tub. Just to either put your mind at ease or cause intense disappointment. The monitor that I use for my chat room is bobbing up and down, and I think it's because there's air hitting it from my AC. So I apologize. Hopefully you can't hear it on the mic. I tried moving the AC a little bit farther away, so folks that were here at the stream yesterday, hopefully you can't hear it quite as much. I think I turned it down. Let me really check. Can't hear it today. That's really bizarre. Voldare with 100 bits. Please no Lego hot tub. Guaranteed. Guaranteed. My buddy Chad, when we were talking about like what I do and stuff like that, he was we got onto like he was joking about me like selling myself for Lego or something like that. He was just making a joke. He didn't really realize that there are hot tub streams on Twitch. And so I said, yeah, like you don't have to worry about it. There's no Lego hot tub category. It's like there is a hot tub category though. And he was just like, wait, what? Like he was like not necessarily surprised, but he was also just like, I don't know. It's like, he was surprised at first, but then he was not surprised a few seconds later, you know? You're like, oh yeah, well I guess that makes sense. A bunch of bizarre colors. Guess I didn't plan that out very well. More disappointed? Yeah, maybe. True Purple, the coast of Norway is 100,900 kilometers long, and there have been a total of 212 lighthouses along it. No more than 154 operational at the time. We didn't look to see how many were operational in Nova Scotia. It can't be all of them. I'm sure most of them are. A lot of shipping, a lot of fisheries, stuff like that. So it makes sense that they would be, right? Okay, last little bit. Oh, I missed that piece too. It always feels kind of morbid when you have the Lego minifigs. I usually put them together right away, but we're also usually dealing with like Star Wars minifigs where it's pretty obvious what parts go to what minifigure. Glad that these little guys aren't stickers. Those are compasses, it looks like. I imagine it's going to be really tricky to kind of see our progress doing a lot of clear pieces. We've not used a lot of clear Lego in the sets that we've been building. Every once in a while they're just like pieces that are meant for windshields or canopies on spaceships and stuff. It's interesting how some of the Lego pieces are not high quality and yet your hands are crisp. What is it? Was this what you were talking about on the podcast? Yes. I'm glad I'm not the only one that sees it. I still haven't been able to figure it out. It might be just the depth of field. I might need to try to increase the depth of field. See, the thing is with the mirrorless camera, it's usually aimed at like more artistic photography, and it's usually meant for with a short lens, especially the lens that's the kit lens, is usually meant for portrait. And all of the tutorials and stuff online for how to set up your camera for streaming are meant for face cams. People that want to have a soft background. They want to have like their face in focus, but then nothing else around them. And so a lot of the tutorials and stuff for that. So I knew that wasn't what I wanted because of course I have a different kind of goal here on the top-down shot for the Lego. But I have yet to figure it out, and I can't seem to make the right adjustment to see the results that I want. And it's frustrating because I would really like to improve the quality of it. And I know that I've got a nice camera, and so in a way I'm sort of feeling like I've spent a lot of money on a camera that could be doing more because of my lack of knowledge. I just don't have it looking the way that I want. And I feel like I completely forgot. My friend Noelle was over a couple weeks ago before she went on vacation. And she's a hobby photographer and she's very good and she knows her stuff. And I meant to ask her, hey, can you look at the settings on this and let me know like where I've messed up? I think Minipack said that they might give me a hand too. Yeah, I do. It's on my list. It's one of those things where I get going on so many other things during the week that I always forget to take the time. You know, this morning I took some time ahead of the stream, but I had to do all the graphics. Like I had to update the images for the stream with the Lighthouse, and I had to update my YouTube thumbnails and stuff for, you know, the VODs for the Lighthouse, that Joel Duggan VODs on YouTube. And so that ate up like the hour that I had before lunch to work on like stream admin stuff. Now, these are all going to be different. Some of these are angled pieces and some of these are like little quarter moons. Sometimes you're tempted to just leave them all in little piles. Is it only some of the pieces that are not in focus? Thanks for the lurk, Squealet. Much appreciated. I bet someone will look at it for 1 second and know what's wrong. I think one of the things I could do, well, the first thing that's probably incorrect is that I'm probably using the wrong kind of lens. So I need to, I need to look up. See, the thing is, like, when I look up like product photography, like people that take pictures of items for sale, it's all still photography. So they're all usually meant to have like a narrow depth of field. I want a deeper field of view of focus on the camera, not view, field of focus view. I don't want a shallow depth of field, I want the opposite. It's weird when you've got a task like this, but you can only really do it with one hand. You think it would go faster with two, but this gets in the way. Plus, right-handed going right to left. And these little guys stick to your fingers. Yeah, something I tried with the camera was messing with the ISO setting, so I could change the aperture to focus the depth of field, but then let more light in. And I took photography when I was in university, but it wasn't a digital camera. It was on a film camera. So there's a couple of new settings on the digital ones that they just don't compute. All right, well, this is a unique set of pieces. Bag 1 of the Motorized Lighthouse. Camera is a Sony A6100. Just let me double check that. I should probably add that to my power zoom, E-mount lens. Probably says A6100 on the front of it, but I can't see the front of it. Yeah, I am 99% sure that's a Sony A6100. All right, let's get going. Looks like we do the motor stuff right away. That's cool. Sorry about the bang. Just hit the mic stand. All right, grab one of these. Oh, I just realized that this light was not shining where it's supposed to. Well, thanks, Ollie. Appreciate it. It's also the stock lens that came with it, and it is a... Can't really read it. I might have the camera too close to the table or not close enough. I don't know. I think it's just the 35 to 55 millimeter zoom. Yeah, one of these. I've got a funny feeling that this one is going to be very slow going. Not in a bad way, just anticipating it taking a little while. So we're obviously building some rocks with waves crashing around them. This goes on top here. I think that's right. That makes sense, actually, because it would be like a wet rock and then a dry rock, maybe? Largest Lego piece so far? If the camera supports it, one thing I remember from seeing somewhere else was that it helps to add a soft mist filter on the front of the lens for some uses of cameras. I have one bookmarked. I don't know what specific uses there were. And we have to relocate the videographer. Cool, thanks. Yeah, I mean, either posting it in the Discord is probably a better shot, Scotsman UK. You can throw that in maybe like the general or town hall. Appreciate it. Ollie, you know, I really haven't done a whole lot with AI. You know, you don't realize how big the studded pieces are until you put them next to a plate piece. They really stand up a lot higher. Oh, that's not good. I think those are stuck together. Ah. Printer didn't cut that right. That's unfortunate. Glad I didn't flip that too quickly. I've realized I've got this terrible habit, both on Minecraft streams and on LEGO streams, where I pause like mid-sentence. And it's not something that I normally do. It's one thing when you're trying to think about what you're going to say next, but it's something else entirely when you're like just pausing in the middle of a very full thought. Alright, so we need a little brown piece. This goes... This feels very specific. Okay, that looks right. I imagine the instructions for this had to be just so specific to get you to lay everything out exactly how they want you to. For like the shape of the island and stuff. I still can't quite see the form that we're making. Like, it's obviously a rock of some kind, but it seems very strange. Which is cool. Like, I something that I enjoy about the variety of sets that I've done on the channel is just how different they all are from one another. I'd imagine the Rivendell set would have a lot of stuff like this, a lot of like building up layers of like cliffs and rocks and things like that. Trying to make sure that the shine from the light doesn't reflect off of the panel too much. I was looking during the Amazon Prime days to see if I could pick up some box lighting, some softbox lighting, but they were on sale, and then I thought, you know, I'll wait until I have a proper space. The ones that I liked, the ones that seemed to be the best for their value, were massive. They wouldn't fit. I've only got about a foot of space between my window and the table on this side, and I've got no space between my streaming computer and the table on this side, so I don't have any place I can really put them. Someday, I will have a proper studio where I can do a lot more. Two half thoughts make a full thought? That's fair. Alright, so now we're going to be going across here. Yeah, if you screw up here, you're going to throw yourself off for the foreseeable future, so it's really kind of tricky. For example, it's hard to talk over such specific instructions, and like I said, it's challenging with the clear pieces to see what's been changed. Really neat. Don't know if it has the same. It has a cool effect here in the book. I don't know if it has the same effect in real life. They look more white in the book. I guess it depends on where the light's hitting them from, eh? This can be a Lego no chat stream. That wouldn't bring in a lot of people. Hey, there's Alabar. How's it going? Yeah, I gotta stay on the water today too, Voldare. It is hot today. Hence the air conditioner noise in the background if you can hear it. I've got to go to the gym after this too. That is going to be an experience. I wasn't going to go, but I thought if I say it out loud on stream, now I have to. Because otherwise I'm a liar. And I'm not lazy. Like I always want to work out. I really like working out, but what I don't like is the half an hour walk to the gym. Oh, you know what? I screwed up. I screwed up all of that. That's annoying. These little plates are going to be hard to get off, too. So we've got to do those steps over again. All right, starts with this. That, and then this tucks into the corner. Okay, so now these go here. That goes there, and then this little guy goes on top of that for some reason. Time for a break. Yes. I think I'll finish this page so I don't lose my place. Having pieces like this reminds me of like the Pirate Islands sets and stuff. Very sandy colored. I think of like Black Flag, Assassin's Creed Black Flag for some reason. Which wasn't a Lego game, but would have been very funny if it was. A little violent for a Lego game. It did it again. That's annoying. Ripped the instruction booklet twice now. Because they're not cut properly. Yeah, that's annoying. All right, page 26. If you're new to the channel, folks, take a break once an hour. Gives me a chance to step away and refresh my coffee. Maybe even grab something to snack on. You should too. Feel free to tell a friend that we're live. We're always trying to grow the channel, and I'll be back in about 5 or 6 minutes. All right, let's see if we can keep on going here. So I did that step. I need 2 of these, 1 of those, and 2 of these. Thank you, Cosmic Killendan. Yeah, I've got a funny feeling this is going to be a really mellow build. Like, I feel like there's the combination of concentration on my part so I don't keep on making mistakes. And then the fact that I've not done anything with a motor in it in Lego before. These little quarter circle pieces are tough. Very tiny. Okay, that's done. Now we get into some loud. These are obviously going to be hidden with the colors that they are. Two. Probably for the electronic parts, I guess. I hope it's easy to access the electronic stuff after it's all built, rather than having to do it all at once. Three plates, 2 wedges, and 1 little that. Oh, returning. Actually, do it like that just so that you guys can see. Yeah. And it's cool that they've basically made a perimeter around the entire thing with these transparent pieces. And the combination of the wedges and the quarter circles do look a little bit like waves. I can see this being tricky the bigger it gets, too. An LED for this one would look so cool. I think they have one. I think if you look it up, I think there is one. I mean, there's already a light in it, from Lego. I just realized that I bumped my camera during the week, and I don't think I checked to see if it was set up properly. Does it look like, does the camera shot look okay? Does it look crooked? I didn't adjust the lens, but the arm, the supportive arm, which is, I paid a lot of money for it from Elgato. It's not the best. It's one of those multi-adjustable things, and it doesn't grip well. They really need to change the way that the ball and socket things grip. It looks like it's going to take a lot of concentration. You're absolutely right, Cosmic. Yeah. I'm a little concerned that it's going to be a little dull as a stream, but hopefully it'll be chill. I wish there was better music. Unfortunately, this, you know, copyright free stuff, which still gets dinged for copyright, so sometimes I don't know why I bother. But it's not the best music when there's nothing going on. Like, it's okay with Satisfactory, because with Satisfactory you've got the game sounds and a lot of action, usually building noises and stuff happening on stream, but Lego is it's a different beast. And then one little piece here. It's funny, because the plate is so big, each page is one step, whereas in some cases there was 4 steps per page on Ecto 1. I guess it depends on whether you're building a small piece, you know? Yeah, stuff like this, right? That looked like a white piece for a second there. Now we've got this on the end. Yeah, the next time I lay out all the pieces, I'm probably going to go like in this area so that this can be kind of like up farther along the table. And at this rate, it might only be 1 bag a week, at least for now. Actually, let's just scooch some of this stuff out of the way, just to give me that extra little bit. I know the shot ends about there. That angle piece. Flat. I don't know whether narrating is good or not. They really use the entire plate, which is cool. Like, they're going all the way to the edge in some places, right? It's almost a relief when you get to the end of a step and you're like, okay, that all lines up. I did it right. I didn't screw up 2 steps ago. I have to go back and undo everything. And looks like we're back up here. This is a very strange piece. It's like 2 plates high instead of 3. It's like a little squat piece. It looks almost like a Minecraft block in terms of its proportions. Don't see them very often. Have I ever rage quit a Lego set? No. I think the only time in recent memory that I got frustrated with a Lego set was trying to transform Optimus Prime. I didn't find that was very easy. I have not yet tried the LED kit on Ecto 1, so the jury is still out on that. And I'm looking around my room here to see if there's any other sets. I think my ATST Walker was very challenging. I think that the top of that, in terms of the way that it's constructed, is very flimsy. So it was easy to kind of like nudge it and break it apart by accident. So not like rage quit, but like definitely a little frustrating, you know? And now we're getting into the cool stuff. The guts. You start to see their logic in why they have the red pieces. Red pieces there. I missed a step. Yeah, I totally missed a step. One, two, three. Yeah. Goes there. They do this thing in Lego very often where they use two different colors for like left and right, and it makes it a lot easier later on to figure out what you're doing. Right, so then we're gonna go and grab another one of these. One of these. There's obviously something going to be sitting on here. Probably that battery pack would be my guess. The Doctor Who Lego set I have, I rage quit that at one point to the point where it wasn't fun, and I handed it to Mr. Cosmic and said to send him to go build it. Oh wow. There's who was it in chat? Was it? It's not. It was Hunter. I think it was Hunter 555 built the Starry Night Vincent Van Gogh set, and there was no commentary on whether that was driving them crazy or not. But I imagine it was a challenging build. It looks cool. This small assembly of mismatched plates pays tribute to all of the Lego fan builders who have had to work with a limited selection of pieces and who have needed to use whatever parts they could or find a substitute for the elements that they were missing. Okay, weird. I always thought that stuff like this was just, it was cheaper to not have like special colors when you're doing stuff inside. I thought it was so cheaper to do that, but I guess I could be wrong. This is really cool. We've got this angled block here, and then we've got this angled piece here, and it actually lines up perfectly. That's really neat, and creates like a little bit of a depth as well. The Starry Night set is absolutely stunning. Yeah, I agree, Voldare. It's very cool. Sure hope they bring more Lord of the Rings sets out. If they're small models like Hogwarts sets. Oh, for like, you know, you mean like the architecture? I can't remember what they call that. It's like mini scale or something. There's minifig scale, there's collector series, but then there's like a small micro. Maybe it's called micro scale. And those are neat. But for me, like the micro scale stuff, same with the dioramas, they just kind of look like, this piece actually feels like it's broken. They, I'm gonna switch that out actually. Yeah, that might be a broken piece. Hopefully that's left over. I was gonna say something. So yeah, stuff like that just looks like it collects dust on my shelf for no reason, right? I'd much rather have something like Ecto 1 or something like this, like that's a full 3D sort of thing. Right, I skipped ahead. For folks wondering, that's why I'm putting them on the book, so I can't turn the page. All right, those are on place. Two. Again, more like sandy shore type stuff here. In some ways, I kind of wish they would leave... The artist in me wants like a single line of blue dots all the way around it. The fact that it goes all the way up to the edge feels a little bit funny to me. Now that I'm seeing it kind of... How it looks here versus here. This piece. This goes there. Okay, good. That lines up. We did not mess up. Or did we? Oh, there's a space there. Okay. I couldn't quite see this space here on the instructions, but it's there. All right, so then we go down the side here. I'm gonna flip this so people can see it a little bit better. It's really neat how they get the sandy colors to kind of like wrap around the other bits. Yeah, there we go. It really is concentration heavy. What is the most complicated Lego set that you have ever built, chat? Chime in. You're someone that builds Lego. Sounds like the TARDIS from Doctor Who was Cosmics. Although, I guess that might have been the most frustrating. It might not be the most challenging. You have a lot of Friday meetings, Obu. Time to schedule those meetings for some other day. And still to this day, I'm not sure how long you've been part of the community, Obu, but I still have that clip from Family Feud in my brain whenever I see your say your name. About the family where all the boys were named Obu. The funny clip, people should look it up. Alright, so that goes there. Now where do these go? We've got that. Oh, this goes here. I think I maybe pulled 2 of those and I didn't need them. Yep. So that's, it looks like it's fully surrounded with the exception of this side here. Oh. Piece goes over here like this. And a little bit there. I get the feeling there's a lot left over here. I might have skipped over something at the beginning. I have to build a boat. Cool. Let's go back. What page was that? 48. They were probably... I probably skipped over them because I was trying to pace out our little knowledge base things. There we go. So the lady is in green. She's got the sou'wester on. That's too bad. It covers her eyebrows. She looks happier without the hat on. And then she gets a compass. That is a massive compass. Size of a dinner plate. And then the lighthouse keeper. He's got an interesting little expression too. Not sure if you guys can see that. And he gets a cat and the telescope. Ah, here we go. And then we've got the bucket for bailing your dinghy out when you're at sea. This is really tiny. There's little plastic bumps that the handle attaches to. Wow. I thought stickers were hard. There we go. Got it. That's wild. It's really small. I've got an acquaintance in the design world that does like tiny models, like really, really tiny model homes and stuff like that as like a hobby. She's really good at it, and it seems to be extraordinarily satisfying for her, but I would drive myself crazy. That's why I don't paint miniatures. I think I would just go a little bit nuts in such a small scale. We've got the chain goes on the end here, and it looks like it points back into the boat and just kind of dangles in there for effect. Oh no, looks like the lady gets the cat. Actually, let's put the cat up on the bench. And she doesn't... Come on, Lego, she can't hold the compass and the oars. This cat is really tiny. Okay, so then she goes here. This is the kind of stuff that is a little bit lost on me. Like when I see models like Rivendell that come with like the hobbits and all the different characters from Lord of the Rings, I don't really care that much about minifigures. They always seem to be like things that I can't display in my living room with the sets. I always prefer just to have the actual build. This is really hard to do. Maybe do that before she's in the boat. Big oars. You know, it's funny, I live nearly on the ocean, and I can only count on my hand the number of times I've been in a rowboat. I've been in lots of boats, ferries, all that kind of stuff, but a rowboat, maybe a couple times in my life. So this feels a little excessive for leftover pieces, which makes me worried I forgot something. But I think we're okay. And this is the other thing, is like, this is a really cool thing to have along with the set, but it's not like it attaches to anything on here. So it just kind of like hangs out on its own. So maybe what I'll do is, just to keep these folks from falling onto the floor and going places, I'll stick them over here. Yeah, I'm a little concerned that I missed some pieces, but maybe I'll do a double check between now and next week. I think, unfortunately, we're so close to 3 o'clock for me. This is where I've got to wrap it up. I don't have time to do another bag. I think it will get a little bit faster as things become less technical, but this is where we are. Looks like there's going to be some motor function happening next time. I believe I saw that on page 49, 48, something like that. Yeah, we're going to do the motor pieces. Looks like there's some mechanical things happening. Looks like next week is going to be a really interesting bag, so that's cool. But this is where we finished off here. Yeah, that's the right orientation. So really appreciate everybody being here. Hope you had a fantastic Friday. These things always start off a little bit slow. I hope you enjoyed yourself. I do think this is going to be a more chill build, which is saying something considering the nature of these streams anyway. But there are a number of things that you can look forward to on the internet from me this week. We've got a new episode of the Spawn Chunks that came out on Monday. There's a new episode of the Citadel Cafe that came out on Wednesday. Both of those are free podcasts that you can get wherever you find your podcasts, Spotify, YouTube. We've got them on iTunes as well as Google Podcasts. You can, of course, follow me on Twitter, on X, whatever you want to call it. I'm on social media at Joel Duggan. I'm very easy to find. I'm probably going to be putting more time into Instagram, and fingers crossed I will be making time for TikTok sometime in the near future. But I'm Joel Duggan everywhere. I'm very, very easy to find. And last but not least, check out the VODs on the YouTube channel that is Joel Duggan VODs. That's where I archive all this stuff. This session will be up tomorrow. I normally post them about 24 hours later. Very easy to find. All of the Lego sets are in playlists. There's an entire playlist for all the sets, but then each individual set has its own playlist as well. So it's easy to narrow things down. And of course, if you've supported today, thank you ever so much. And if you're thinking about joining the community, you can do so over at Patreon. It's patreon.com/Joel Duggan. It is a price of a cup of coffee per month to join the Discord, to hang out with all of us in between streams. I think you'll enjoy your time there. It's a pretty nerdy, pretty fun, very welcoming place. And I can't be happier about it. It's a good time on the interwebs. Certainly better than life on X. And I can say that with conviction. I will see you folks next time. Enjoy the rest of your day. We're going to pass you on to, I believe, Impulse SV is still live. If not, I'll probably be sending you to someone playing Minecraft, and I'll be back tomorrow at 1 o'clock Atlantic. That's UTC minus 3 hours for more Minecraft. See you then. Bye for now.